If you are coming to Halloween Horror Nights this year, Stay and Scream is different than I've ever seen them do it before. There's a new route, new houses, new pathways. So a lot to talk about in today's video as we go over Stay and Scream. So if you are doing it, this is going to be the perfect video for you to watch before coming to Halloween Horror Nights. So without further ado, let's get on inside the park and check out all that Stay and Scream has to offer for this year. Now, this new layout is really exciting, but first, a history lesson. Stay and Scream has actually been going on for many years. It's hard to break down where the origin of where it started. Way back at Halloween Horror Nights 23, I can actually see that there was a ticket called Stay and Scream, which was sort of a combination of a daytime ticket and a Horror Nights ticket combined. It has slowly over time morphed into its own separate thing, which is now known as just a Stay and Scream, which is sort of breaking off into different categories. So now under the following will grant you access to Stay and Scream, because I know this question gets brought up quite a lot. Number one, if you have a daytime ticket that is valid on the same day as your Halloween Horror Nights ticket, that grants you access. Number two, if you are a pass holder and you don't have any blackout dates, and on that same day that you enter into the park, you are doing Halloween Horror Nights on that same day, you are granted access. And the last way to grant access to Stay and Scream, if you are neither a pass holder or have a daytime ticket, is a add-on, and I put that in quotations, a add-on. It is not your Horror Nights ticket. It is simply a add-on ticket, a bonus feature, if you will. Scream Early Ticket. Now, this ticket will allow you access into the park starting at 3 o'clock. Now, that is early enough for you to do some stuff, walk around, get some food. If you want to do a couple rides, I would recommend, if anything, just to head to the tribute store, check it out. That way you can get some nice air conditioning, and you can at least check out the store before Horror Nights time, then start lining up. Obviously, choose this on the same day as you plan to go to Horror Nights, because both tickets have to be valid on the same day. Don't choose one on the 20th if you plan to go to Horror Nights on the 21st, because it just won't work that way for the Scream Early ticket. And of course, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section and I'll be trying to get you an answer for something. And one of the most important things to tell you is the park closes at 5. Don't be late. Plan ahead, because if you come in after 5, just because you have a Stay and Scream ticket, you won't be allowed in. Just because you're a pass holder, you still won't be allowed in. And even if you have a daytime ticket, you still won't be allowed in. All right, for those who are wondering, there are only the 2 Stay and Scream locations this year. It is not 3, only 2. You head to New York or you do World Expo, which you're gonna head towards that way. We will do that later on in the video, but you're gonna head to New York is what we're doing today. So this is gonna be the most important part of the video, especially if you wanna do these houses. So you have their Stay and Scream for New York. There's actually for A Quiet Place, Ghostbusters, Insidious, and Major Sweets Candy Factory. So this is where you're actually going to be funneling inside over here, and going all the way over here is where you check in, and then you head towards your location. So have your ticket ready and be ready to scan in. And just for reference, those people I showed you right in front of Jimmy Fallon, they lined up about as early as 2 p.m. So if you want to do Stay and Scream, you're probably going to have to come around 2 o'clock. All right, so once you are checked in, you are now going to be going to the right, whereas you can see over here, these are all the people that were lined up like at 3 o'clock, and they're cooking right now like a baked potato, but they're ready for the house. But what's cool is the food booths are actually open, so that's smart. You can actually get your food now, short wait, and then you can kind of hang out. It's like a Stay and Scream party, so kind of works out. So word of caution, I would definitely bring an umbrella. I am literally sweating right now waiting in this line. Just like those people, they brought umbrellas. Smart play, because it is hot waiting for this Stay and Scream. And we still have probably another hour and a half of waiting here, so super, super hot. All right, so we've now moved a little bit into the line, and now we're going to actually start going that way, because once they open up the house line, then we'll move a little bit more. Right now we are still waiting in the queue line, and as you can see, Quiet Place is actually on the left side. Actually opens a little after Insidious and Ghostbusters, so if you want to line up for that, you're going to be waiting a little bit longer. All right, time is now 5 o'clock, and we are moving into the queue lines for the houses. And I'll show you just around the bend when we wrap around how it's going to actually work from there. All right, so they now kind of just let you trickle into Insidious, or you can go to the left and go to Ghostbusters. Both open at 5:15, and Triplets opens at 6. So when you come out Insidious, they're going to basically push you forward this way, and then you can decide what you want to do as far as get back into the line or a Quiet Place, or however you want to do that. Whether you want to do Ghostbusters, Insidious, or a Quiet Place. All right, so we have decided to do Candy Factory, and this is how this is working out so far. They're basically one big, massively crowd that's heading towards the entrance. I'm just going to warn you that this queue line it's kind of a hit and miss, to be honest. You are going through the Fast and Furious building, but if it is raining, that open, and the first scene is actually open, so you are getting rained on. Wow, so it doesn't go into one queue line, it just massively goes this way until you get into the house, which it's a little insane of a way to get in. All right, so if you are doing the World Expo, you want to take a right at Bake My Day Cafe. You're going to head down this way and then take a left at Transformers and then head over to your check-in station, which I'll show you when we get there. All right, so Stay and Scream is entering about right here. This is where you're going to go into Lombard's to check in. So that's how this is working. We have people already lined up all the way over Lombard's in the back of Lombard's. So yeah, I think you got to line up about 2 o'clock for either one, which is insane. So this line actually wraps all the way around Lombard's. So far, that was an easier process than New York. We'll see up ahead how that's going to work. They actually have the restrooms are going to be the Amity restrooms if you need to use them. But so far, we look like we're coming up to the stopping point. Up here is where you're going to go off to the right if you want to get some food and beverage, or you're going to head left if you want to go to the back houses. Wow, so you really do go back through this gate and wrap around to do the houses back there. This is working out so far. So far, not too bad. So just in case you are unaware, once you go back here, all the way to the new tents is going to be a left and a right that you're going to take. Left is Goblin Feast, right is Bloodlines. So you can kind of see how the queue line is going to set up and how, many people are in that queue line and what's the wait time. So be aware this is a entrance and a exit, by the way. And just to note, there are restrooms back here, so you don't have to walk all the way back out and use Amity or Man in Black. There is a beverage cart that you can get some Gatorade, beer, water, whatever, and as well as the two houses, so you can just leave one house and then hop into another one. I'm kind of liking this area, except for in the sun or the rain. So as you see, to the left is Goblin Feast. We're going to do Bloodline, so that's how that works. Either go over there or you go over here. Time of reference, it is 5:19, and we have a little bit of wait until the house opens up. I believe it's like 5:30, so not too bad. Time of reference, it's about 5:48, and they are letting Express in right about now. We moved a little bit, so we'll be merging on over. Probably be in the house by 5:50, 5:55 at this point.
Is it filming?
Yeah. Wow, look at that. And that was a look at both of the Stay and Scream areas. If you have any questions, of course, leave them down in the comment section. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the support. And I will catch you on a new video very, very soon.